Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome back to another Made with Switcher live stream. Today, we are so excited to welcome a longtime Switcher user. He was actually our first Made with Switcher live stream that was in Spanish a few years ago. He's the founder of Intangible Productions, and he does a wide range of streams for different events and sports, interactive sessions, cooking classes, and many other things. So we welcome Paulo Martinez.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to do this with you and all the Switcher Studio team. Now in English.
Now in English, yeah. So we're so excited to talk about how you started live streaming, how you built your business, and now how you're able to make money with Switcher. So if anybody has any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the chat, and hopefully we'll be able to answer some of those at the end.
Yes, please comment.
Yes, that would be fun. So I guess just starting out, how did you get into live streaming, and how did Switcher kind of come into that?
Well, I've been working in video production for 22 years now, but in live streaming, maybe around 10 to 12 years. And, my background is from TV production. So I was used to work with, big crews and cameras and switchers and lighting and everything. So when I found Switcher, it was like a wow moment, because with one phone you can do like whatever you used to do with like hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment. And I got really excited, so I showed my wife this, and she's not, even she worked in production as well, but she's not really technical. So she was like, oh, that's cool. But I'm like, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. This is like something else.
Big.
Like you can, this is big. Like you can use phones. So I go, I went to a local store to get some iPhones, like used iPhones. And I still have them, iPhone 5, like really small phones. So I can do some tests. And
yeah, and they work.
Time, yeah, it worked. At that time, I think I was using an iPhone 6, maybe. So these were like generation old, so they were like cheap. And I get a couple of phones, and I start doing some tests. I call a friend that she's a real estate agent, and I'm like, hey, do you have any like house showing house like in the weekend? And she's like, oh yeah. Can I go and do like a live streaming with my phone, but I'm gonna add graphics and I'm gonna add your name and your phone? I'm like, really? How? Like, oh, you'll see, but I just need to record some behind the scenes as well, so I can do a promo and I can promote it. Yeah, sure. So that's my first thing that I did. It was like a real estate virtual house tour with graphics and everything. Hi, Eric. Thank you for connecting. And from there, I actually went to NAV that year. I think it was 2017. And Switcher was there with Facebook Pavilion, as a Switcher partner. So I went and I met Dan, and I think it was Ernesto as well. Mm-hmm. So I showed them the Facebook Live, that I did, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is great! Just please tag us, and we're gonna share it." And so we start like building a relationship since there.
Yeah, that's so cool. So definitely a long-time user. Paula is one of the beginning users. So that's awesome. Was there a moment where you realized like, oh my gosh, this could be a business. I could make a business out of this?
Since that moment, that's why I contact her, because I'm like, okay, this could work for real estate, but I can do also concerts, or I can do conferences. So I have friends on different businesses, like in the music industry, and obviously TV and some of my clients. At that time, I was pitching to clients, but I worked with a lot of marketing agencies, and especially experiential marketing agencies. So they do, activations. So they're like, well, we don't really need live streaming because we have the activation here. So obviously, until the pandemic, and during the pandemic, that everything changed, and I feel like really, really blessed that I was doing this test and pitching people, because during the pandemic, that was keep us alive, as a business. And because we start doing some stuff, I call a friend. He has a film festival. He's an actor, Carlos Carrasco, and I'm like, hey, we can do some interviews, with the filmmakers live, and actually record them, and so they can use that interview as a kind of like a EPK, like electronic press kit, because I can insert B-roll from their trailer, or if they share some images from the movie, I can just mix everything, put a graphic. You can include your sponsors there, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah, he was really excited. So we did the test with the PFLA, it's Panamanian International Film Festival here in Los Angeles, and it was like a hit. A lot of filmmakers, they were like super grateful, because they're like, oh, we didn't see this before. We're coming out, because after the live streaming, I rendered the director mode file, the master file, and airdrop them like a master file. So they walk out with a video, so they can use on their
Immediately.
social
Yeah.
media, and yeah, to promote their film. So after that, I did 7 film festivals that, obviously recommendations, and they saw what we did, and until now I'm still doing that. So same for
Wow.
sports, same for schools. It's just like the switcher. It's great because it allows you to do a lot of different stuff. Maybe we're gonna show some behind the scenes, but you're gonna see it. Like, I do a lot. Like, I don't do just one thing. I do sports, I do conferences, I do graduations, I do cooking shows, and you can
Yeah.
do everything with one platform, that is Switcher. iPhones now, you can use cameras, but basically, iPhones and iPads.
Yeah. So speaking of that, are there any events that maybe stick out, or some of your most memorable streams that you've done? Because I think you, as you said, you've done a lot of different things, from sports to real estate to
Yeah,
concerts. And
yeah. I think we produced a virtual festival during the pandemic, and that's like super a great project for me, because it was like for a good cause, with LA Times in Spanish, in Espanol, and it was a 2-day, 8 hours per day festival, virtual festival. So, and everything was produced with Switcher Studio. We had some panel discussions. We have a cooking segment. I had like a tech segment as well. So, and we help different nonprofits. Like, we collect or we ask for support for different nonprofits. So I think that was a really good project. And well, as you can see here, I do a variety of streamings. This is sports for high schools. We use the graphics that you provide. We also create our own graphics to take it to the next level. These are school festivals as well, from Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, virtual selling, everything. They were in Mexico, I was here. They connect with 2 different phones, and I produce everything from here, from Los Angeles. This was a
wow.
virtual concert as well during the pandemic, um, for William Garza, and this had like 100,000 views, something like that, something crazy
Wow.
during that time. Yeah, and more live sessions as well. So no, very versatile.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, you're showing that you can really do anything with
This
Switcher.
is the film festival that I was mentioning. These shots, uh, he was a sponsor of the festival. So that box, they didn't have any footage, so that's a great thing about Switcher. I just ran to the lobby of the movie theater, shoot some footage with my phone, put it together in LumaFusion, render, airdrop to my iPad, and then we did the interview, and I have B-roll to put on top. So really quick, and great quality.
Yeah, on the fly editing. I love
Yes.
that. So I'm seeing in some of these too, you have some sponsors, it looks like, and sponsorships. Can
Yeah.
you talk about like kind of how you got started with getting sponsors? Like, what's the process of acquiring a sponsor look like?
Well, I think the first thing is that you have to build a professional looking streaming, and that's where Switcher comes, because you're not gonna approach a sponsor if you're gonna show them like a really crappy streaming, right, with your shaky phone and stuff
Right.
like that. So you have to build a really nice looking streaming. You have to create your own graphics or use whatever you guys provide. That it's a lot, and you can do a lot with the graphics you have in Switcher Studio. But definitely, you need to make a look for your streaming and provide like spaces for you to ask for money. So I create
Provide
some
that value.
graphics. Yeah, you have to add value, and then just make a deck to show them, okay, this is what we have. This is our uh, show or the event. We have these prices. We can put your logo. We can add videos or run ads, video ads. We can put a lower third with your information. We can do a live poll, so we can ask, hey, is, I don't know, maybe it's ice cream, shop. So you can ask, hey, what's your favorite, flavor, and this is sponsored by. So there's
Mhm.
different ways to do it, but definitely the first thing is you have to be prepared and have a really nice uh, streaming or production to ask for money.
Yeah, so creating that value first. And then it sounds
Pitch
like
it.
you went to just local businesses and pitched yourself and started to, ask people. Is that how you started really?
Yes, definitely start with local businesses first. They're obviously more. Um, I mean, they're gonna be more interested in sponsoring your streaming than big brands, because big brands, they work differently, and
Mhm.
usually if you don't have the contacts, it's more difficult to get to the right person. But you can build your your numbers, with local sponsorships, and then you can build a better brand deck. Sponsorship deck to pitch to bigger brands. So definitely, I mean, if you do sports, go to your local, restaurants, coffee shops, and you can also make them like some videos as well to run the ads during the streaming. But just pitch, go and pitch. I had a friend that she said it's a numbers game, so just go, and if you pitch 100, maybe five they're going to say yes. And you put your price. Obviously, i I do a lot of one-on-one trainings, and they're like, well, how much we can charge. I'm like, well, I can't tell you that, because that's going to depend on your country, on your state, on your city. If I live in LA, I can't charge the same that I charge here if I go to Kansas, or if I go to New York at different prices, or if I go to Mexico and do a live streaming there, I can't charge the same thing, the same price. But I mean, you're gonna find out that with your local community.
Yeah, so it sounds like just go ahead and pitch yourself, create value for your streams, pitch yourself, and then be able to be flexible maybe with like your rates and working with clients and things like that. And speaking of sports, I know you have sports templates that you've created that you sell. Do you want
Yeah,
to talk about using sponsors with those?
yeah. I create this because, I mean, there's a lot of people that they know how to use either Illustrator, Photoshop, Canva. I use Canva because even if I create the first design in Illustrator, then I export everything to Canva because it's
Mhm.
really easy. Because it's on the cloud. So if I'm on the field doing a streaming and I need to do a last minute graphic, I just can go to my phone, edit
Mhm.
really quick, download the PNG file and airdrop it to my iPad, and I'm good. So I don't have to bring my computer and open Illustrator and do the whole thing. So I create this graphics package uh, precisely for that. So you can go to sponsorship. It's easier to show them this and say, okay, put a price here. This L shape is going to cost you $200. Your logo here is going to cost you $500 or $100 or $50. And I'm giving you different lower thirds for the players. I'm giving you the list of the players as well. So you have like over 30 designs there to use. Right now I have only two different designs, and but also it's important to mention that you need a Canva Pro account. I didn't know that. I designed because I always had the Pro account, so I designed the first round and I use a lot of Canva Pro elements. And I'm like, oh, if they don't have a Pro account, they are not gonna be able to use them. So I redesigned everything with free elements, and then I didn't realize until I sell one of the packages, and one people send me a message, hey, I can't download the PNG files. So you can use them, but you can't download the PNG with transparent background. That's why you need the Canva Pro account.
Right. Or a trial, I
Or
guess,
a
if you
trial.
could.
Yeah, I mean, you can trial for 30 days. So, I mean, these are made so if you do, like, for example, sports in this case, if you have games every week or every weekend, so you have to redo this, right?
Mhm.
That's why you're gonna need the Canva Pro account. But yeah, you can definitely do the 30-day trial account and work with the templates.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And we have that. If you're watching on our website, we have it linked in the description. So you should be able to go and check those
Oh, I
out if
forgot
you're.
to mention, I can give you a discount code. Just
Ooh,
let me find
exclusive,
the.
live
Yeah,
exclusive.
yeah. Hold on. I just want to make sure it is. Hold on. Okay. Switcher 20. Switcher
Switcher
20.
20, and you
Yes,
get
20%,
money
20%
off.
discount. All the Switcher community.
Amazing. Okay, well, you heard it here
Yeah.
first. Switcher 20 for 20% off.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that's awesome. And I know you've used those and edit them for your different events and things, and it seems like they're very versatile, um, and they
Yeah.
help with the adding value part
Yeah,
of
you create. I mean, you create a unique look. If I mean, you saw the examples
Mhm.
on the videos, so you can see that I create different graphics for every event. So that looks different, and obviously people or your clients, they're gonna notice, and then you're gonna have more work coming, or they're gonna recommend you. Thank you,
Well,
Rob.
that I love seeing the comments. Um, yeah, speaking of that, do you have any other creative ways you showcase sponsors? Do you use a lot of, obviously, you use your graphic templates, but are there certain features in Switcher that you like maybe multi views or overlays or anything like that?
Definitely multi-views, and now the fact that we can create scenes,
Hmm.
that helps a lot. I posted a video recently on my YouTube channel. I did a presidential debate for a high school, so I create a timer because they have like 2 minutes to talk. So I create a design in Canva, and then I build the scene with the design on the back, and then the timer from Switcher Studio on top. So is there somewhere in the videos that you saw? But that type of options that you have with the graphics definitely helps a lot. even if you don't have time to create graphics, because I have some productions or live streamings that they're like last minute, you know.
Mhm.
And I think you saw one of them. They were dancing, so that was like a super last minute. So I used the Switcher Studio, graphic, the lower third, to put the name of the whatever is talking, or the dance company, because I didn't have time to create the
Mhm.
graphics beforehand. So you can, again, either create your own. With That's why I always recommend, but you can also use whatever Switcher provides, which is a lot. And every update, you guys add more and more stuff.
Yeah, it amazes me how many different features there are that some people just don't know about because there's so many different things kind of buried in the app.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The I'm sorry to now that you mentioned that, there's one feature that, to me, is the most amazing one. I use different programs, because I have different necessities for some clients, but this is the only program that I use that has this feature, that is director mode, and a lot of people, they don't know about it, and this is a
Mhm.
great pitch opportunity for your clients, because you can offer a master video, so they can later create reels from that, or you can sell also a package for the live streaming, and also reels
Mhm.
for content for social media. But director mode is amazing, because sometimes you're in situations that your internet connection is not the best, and sometimes I always prefer to go in a lower quality, but just go, and so I don't have cuts during the streaming, but I know that I have a master after the streaming ends, that I
Mhm.
can share with my client. I can replace. Well, now if you go live to Facebook, it's gonna be deleted after 30 days, but you can replace with the actual master file, and that's a really really nice feature that, if you don't know about it, you should start using it.
Director mode.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
A pro move.
yes.
Definitely. So also it sounds like you have well, I know you've been working with the charter schools for a
Hmm.
while and you have certain clients that are kind of long term. Can you talk a little bit about how you build those long term relationships and how you stick with them?
Yeah, of course. Well, I think the first thing is, you have to be professional, right? You have to do a really good job, so they are happy with your work. But also, uh, I'm going to give you an example. This high school networks, it's called Ednovate. They're a really really great client. I started working with them during the pandemic, because they need the streaming for some of their events. I did
Mhm.
one. The director of the whole network, he was there, and he's like, "Oh, I love it." And I have, at that time, they have five or six, and he's like, "Oh, I have five more schools. I want you to do the same for each school." So I start working with them, and now I live in LA, and we're doing. I mean, we're going through some issues right now, the immigration issues and stuff. So these schools, because they're charter schools, they are in low income areas, and
Mhm.
a lot of the parents are Latinos, Hispanic. So they were afraid to go to the graduation, which is really sad. Your son is
Yeah.
graduating, they're going to the university, because these schools, they they do 99 to 100% college acceptance, so it's really high.
Mhm.
And he's like, last minute, uh, because that was the day that all the protests start happening in LA. And we were doing this in USC, the university. It's really close to downtown LA.
Mhm.
So parents, they start calling, I'm not gonna go. Like, I'm afraid to go and everything. So he's like, hey, I know you're not prepared, but can we do a live stream for them?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I have a camera, I can put it, on streaming, and I'm not gonna charge you for this, and I'm gonna do the rest of the streamings also for free, you know. And I mean, they're really happy with my work. That he said, no, 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 we're gonna pay you, no, we're gonna pay you for your time. But I'm it's not everything about the money. So
Hmm.
I think for me that built trust, and they really appreciate stuff like this. I work with a lot of nonprofits as well, and I know they now they're have a lot of cuts like for budgets.
Hmm.
So I adjust to their budgets, and I know later maybe we're gonna have more budget, or they're gonna recommend me to someone else. So
Right. So
that's
the pay is not always money. It's sometimes more community. It's sometimes getting your name out there. It's sometimes just
yeah,
helping other people.
yeah,
Sounds like.
and you feel good helping
Yeah.
helping
Yeah.
the
And it's a nice
community.
thing to do.
Yeah, so I think that's really important. Be a friend for your clients. Mm,
Yes,
mhm.
absolutely. I love that example that you shared. So yeah, do you going back to live event clients? I mean, do you have? I think you've shared a lot of tips and tricks, but do you have any, best practices or maybe things to do, things not to do with managing your live event clients?
For the actual streaming,
Yes.
well, to me, it's always be prepared.
Mhm.
Have a checklist. I have a checklist when I go out of the office with all the equipment. I usually have everything packed in a couple cases for switchers specifically. That I have the iPad, the iPhones, all the cables I need, and everything. I have a video on my YouTube channel that I show all the equipment I use.
Mhm.
But I always check. I have the cables, I have the internet, I have my hotspot. uh, I remember one time I use a Netgear M5 hotspot that works really good for me, and I pay for the whole year. So my card change, my credit card numbers
Oh, okay.
change,
Yeah.
and I didn't remember that it was tied to my subscription for
Hmm.
the AT&T hotspot. And I went to do the streaming, and the hotspot, it wasn't working. Because they're like, oh, you didn't pay. I'm like, oh my god, how am I
Oh
gonna do it?
no.
Yeah. So I had a backup. I had Verizon also, because I always use both AT&T and Verizon in my case,
Okay.
combined with Speedify, to have a better signal, a strong signal.
Hmm.
So in that case, I just used my data from the iPad. I have to go a lower quality, but I still uh, stream because I was
Right.
prepared. You know, and sometimes happens that you forgot, like,
Yeah.
either like a phone or a cable or something. So I always have something in my backpack just in case. My
Yeah.
backpack is like 30 pounds, but
But you're always
yeah,
prepared and you're ready for life.
yeah, my friends are like, "Oh, you have like a magical thing in your backpack." You're like, "Oh, you need this? Oh, I have it here. I have this. I have that." So I was showing you my oil things for the interviews. That I
Oil
just
blotting
always share.
strips,
Yeah,
yes.
with my clients when I do interviews. So that these things, small things, makes a difference always.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Um, I think we may have a few comments, a few questions. Chelsea on Facebook says, have you ever monetized any of your streams?
No, personally, not. My clients, yes, because I work with a lot
Okay.
of them, and they either have sponsors, or they charge,
Hmm.
for per view, like a pay per view, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I create content that I sell later,
Hmm.
but I didn't monetize the content that I produce, not yet.
The stream. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
what I think is really cool is that even if you didn't monetize a specific stream, there's ways to make money through Switcher in many different ways, like
Yeah.
through sponsorships and through, after the fact, the recordings or different things that you've talked about here.
Yeah, I mean,
And
with
then,
the private streaming, the
mhm,
switcher player, now you have that option that you can sell like courses or
yeah,
concerts, whatever you want, and you don't have to go through Facebook or YouTube and risk to be muted or
right,
deleted. So yeah, I mean, you have different ways to get money or monetize.
yeah. We also have another question I'm looking at. So, is Speedify worth it?
Definitely.
We've heard a few
Uh,
things about
uh,
Speedify, but
I mean, to me, it is worth it 100% or 1,000%. It saved me so many times because it gives you a report, like how many times like one signal dropped and then the other one came in. So it is worth it. It is worth, and it's not that expensive, for what you can uh, get from Speedify. I mean, your
mhm,
other option is either live view, which I have one, but it's like $300 a month, to pay for the bonding system,
mhm.
or rent like a service, like a pop-up Wi-Fi service, which is like a $700 to $1,000 per day. I mean, so for $100 a year, you can have
So yeah.
Speedify and bond. I mean, I start with two. Those are the ones that I have, AT&T and Verizon. But when I go to a place and if they have an internet connection, I add it. I add
Mhm.
a third or a fourth signal. So it is worth it.
Well, there we go. 10 out of 10 would
Mhm.
recommend from Paulo. Um, well, awesome. Also, I think we've got a storm rolling in. So if you hear
Oh my.
thunder, that's what that is. Anyways,
Send some rain here to California, please.
yeah, it's hot out there, I think.
Yeah, it is.
One other thing that I just wanted to ask you, Paulo, is there maybe an event that you really want to stream, maybe a dream event for you to stream one day?
Yes, it has to be with food because I love food. I'm a foodie. So I definitely I want to create something with like a cooking competition, live competition, something like that. So I'm working on that, but that's definitely something that I want to do. Like, and
Oh,
obviously I
yeah,
want to
that'd be
use Switcher
awesome. Hmm.
because it's more easy
Uh-huh.
and I can put the cameras on like I have some mobile head like yeah mobile heads that I can control with the remote. So I think it's gonna be uh, worth it to try and pitch
Right.
again. Pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I
Yeah,
can't wait to see when that
definitely
inevitably
you'll know.
comes about someday.
Yeah.
And then one other thing that I'm also curious about, is there any maybe stream that you've done that's just kind of stuck with you as a more memorable stream or something that you really loved doing?
Um, I mean memorable. I'm gonna stay with the Virtual Arte Festival because of the whole work that we put into the creation and the production of the
Mhm.
festival, and that the fact that they trust me. Again, everything is relationship. So my friend Carlos, the one with the film festival, he recommended me with LA Times. So they trust us to produce this festival, and I think that helps a lot. They also gave me a recognition. So that I have a lot of things out of that festival that it really is one of the best streamings that I did with Switcher.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
also the that goes back to your creating value with your content, and then once you have those trusts and relationships with your clients, they will recommend you to other people, and you'll
yeah,
get more business from other people. So
yeah, definitely.
definitely. Well, I think we're almost out of time. Paulo, is there anything you want to say? I know you said you had some family and friends watching back in Mexico. If you want to give a Spanish shout
I
out.
hope they connect. I hope they connect, but if you allow me, para toda la comunidad que nos está viendo en español, que sé que son muchos, muchas gracias por conectarse y pues gracias por apoyarme siempre donde estoy presente y bueno, pues también por usar Switcher Studio. I just thank them, thank you for connecting and always support me. And use Switcher
Supporting.
Studio
Awesome.
also. Because we have, I'm sure, a lot of people from the Switcher community in Spanish, from Eric and the rest of the Switchando para el Mundo team. We have a great community in Spanish. So, thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
Gracias.
And you can follow Paulo at Intangible Productions. I don't know, is there anything else you would like to promote? Follow you on all of your socials. We have your links up there as well.
Yeah, I think you have my link, my virtual business card there. That is,
Yes.
it has links to all my social media and all my contact information there. But nothing. I'm just really grateful that you guys invited me to this. I was really nervous, as you know, to do this in English. It's not my first language, as you can tell. But I'm
No,
happy
it was
to.
amazing.
I'm happy that I did it, and well, thank you so much again for the invitation.
Yes. And to everybody else, make sure you tag us in all of your Switcher creations. I personally love seeing everything that you all tag us in. There's so many different ways you all use Switcher. So tag us, Made with Switcher, and at Switcher Studio, and maybe you will be the next person on our Made with Switcher live stream.
Yes.
And then if you
Sorry, and
haven't tried,
also, before I forgot, I just want to say hi to my wife and my daughter Emma, because she called Facebook, YouTube the radio. I don't know why. She's like, oh, I want to watch radio. So we're like, oh yeah, you have 30 minutes to watch. And today, before I leave the house, I'm like, okay, today you can watch radio for an hour, but you're gonna watch Papa. So,
and then you watch me.
yeah, I
Awesome.
know she's watching, so I just want to say hi to her,
Well, hello.
Emma.
Hi, Emma. Amazing. Well, yes, everybody, if you haven't tried Switcher yet, go ahead and start your free trial. We also have Paulo's link there. But yeah, it was so nice having you. Such great conversation and great to hear how you've used Switcher to create your business. But yeah,
Thank you again.
I think that's it for us today. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat and we can respond to them later. But it was great to talk to you today.
Thank you. Same here. Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.